Oh, hello. Now this one isn't going to be live streamed, but Wargaming's planning to patch out tomorrow, so I'm not going to lose my replays like I did last time. This is actually a North Carolina game I played with Mr. Elven Wolf and Mr. Elusive Tanker, and this is a really good way to show the benefit of using terrain as cover, even if you are in a battleship like I am. Alright, tier 10 game, because at this point in the game, tier 8 is pretty much tier 10. I'm in North Carolina, Elven's into Massachusetts, and Elusive is in the Z-23. What we're up against, we have the Musashi, that's good for us. They have the Republic, which is better for them, I suppose. They have an Alabama, which might as well be in North Carolina anyway. I'm more accurate, he's tankier. They have Bismarck, they have a Worcester, and a Henry, and a Kronstadt. We have a Des Moines, a Worcester, and a St. Louis. I kind of like Des Moines a bit more. Worcester, it's a bit more versatile, I find. So can't have a toss-up on there. Gearing in Z52. The gearing will probably do better unless the Z52 exploits his broadside. Alright, I have my nice little Halloween camo right there. And look at our force distribution right here. You see that the natural progression would be B and C because all of our ships are here. So what Elusive is going to do, or at least I think he's going to do, is going to go into B, and I'm going to go up with Elven, and we're going to support him. Probably bow tanking on. Luckily, this game has a lot of islands, and islands are very useful for cover. Yep, so we're going to speed up a bit. I'm not sure why they're advancing over on A side. They should probably just come to us. Take some shots on Montana. I think I'm only going to get one overpin though. Yep, one overpin. Now see, we're going to take the same idea as Worcester mostly. Now there's a Republic on that side along with another battleship. I can't remember which one it was. But other side is covering right here, and they're going to be coming from this way, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this big old rock right here as cover. Just so I can funnel all the enemies forward from about right here, so then I can shoot anything that appears over here, and anything that tries to shoot me will have to deal with my bow tanking, because North Carolina has 2/3 of its firepower up front, which means it doesn't suffer as heavily from being straight onto the enemy. Elusive's finally gotten in the cap, and he's going to sit around and try and take it. There we go. I popped my spotter plane and try and get some shots on this Republic. Still not especially good at shooting with the spotter plane, sadly, but at least I'll do a little damage. Yeah, pin over pin. Why not? It's all damage. Alright, my plane's still up and he's still driving broadside, so I was going to shoot, but then I see the Worcester pop up on the radar. He is a much more juicy target. Take a second to aim. The only problem is that North Carolina guns are actually really slow. And we only get 2 overpins. Engine fire is too close. I look there to see where Elven Wolf is, just to make sure, because they also have a destroyer over there. And he could make our day very bad if he actually gets in position.
The ship is on fire.
Elusive is pulling back from the Worcester, probably a smart move. Worcester eats DDs alive. Alright, Worcester's angled, myself AP loaded, so I try and hit the Republic's broadside.
Torpedoes to port.
Yeah, I'm really getting overpin again. I looked to the side to make sure no torpedoes coming, but luckily they hit the island. So from this angle, the DD can't actually torp me, which is kind of the point of using this as cover anyway. The Republic and Worcester can shoot me because they're straight on. But aside from the 152 meter, I think Worcester's 152, but aside from his IFHE spam, then they can't do very much unless the Republic gets a lucky overmatch. And I don't know the armor thickness versus overmatching at tier 10 in order to actually know if he can do that. I mostly assume that he can just in case. So I go ahead and reverse a little bit just because I don't want to get HE spammed from the other side of the map over there. Bismarck's about to go into cover, so I can't really shoot him. The Republic is still broadside onto me. Now I really wish I could just start getting some citadels because it's really annoying when people go full broadside on you and expect to actually, you know, survive through it. At least we got a pin instead of an overpin that time, so that's nice. Yeah, I much more prefer the Amagi's guns. The shell speed on the Americans is really damn slow. And I'm hardly a marksman anyway. That Henry is actually in a really good flanking position. I don't like where he is at all. Hopefully they'll be able to take care of him. We can't really do much because I'm friggin' slow, and we have to hold B if we want to win. Well, we have to cap and hold B, that is. And yep, the Henry burns down the Musashi. It's not looking especially good for us. We do have a DD down, but Musashi is a lot of steel. Lots of steel I'd rather have on our team actually shooting at the enemy because Musashi is kind of idiot-proof. You just have to aim your guns at things that fire, and 9 times out of 10 they're going to pin anyway. Try and hit the superstructure with the AP because the Republic is turning in. And then we see at Grossa Kurfürst going up, and since he's a tier 10, has much better armor and health than we do, then I decided to go up with him and tell Elvin to come follow me. Because if he's going to die, he's probably our best bet is probably just to push and try and overwhelm them with firepower. Probably starts opening up with the secondaries. Luckily he's turning away, but sadly my guns are still 10 seconds from being loaded, and they're also loading HE, which isn't especially helpful. Because see, I thought he was going to just come in. But apparently he was smarter than that, so I go ahead and try and drop some HE on him. At this point I slow down to try and take out the Bismarck because he is broadside to me and has considerably less health than he should. I switch to AP and abort my forward momentum. And I think Elvin's actually going to shoot me up. He hit me in the friggin' superstructure. But to be fair, it's my fault because I didn't actually say I was stopping. There we go, 3 seconds on the reload. All turrets will be ready. There's the Bismarck. Good 20k or so. 9 shells out. And he's a lot closer than he should be. But he's not really paying attention, and so 5 pins. So always keep in mind to watch your surroundings, because sometimes you get targets of opportunity like that. Now the Alabama's kind of just moseying around right there. I thought he was going to come in. I was telling Elusive in the match to go up and torp him, but he doesn't actually come through. Montana's kiting away, but he's also kiting in an angle, unfortunately. So we try and get some more superstructure hits. The Grossa Kurfürst goes down from HE spam, sadly. But we do have the point, and as long as Elvin and I survive, then we'll probably be able to keep it. And considering that there's 9 enemies, I'm kind of surprised none of them are actually taking C yet. Where's the Henry? Because I know the Henry dies at some point during this match, I just don't remember how or where. There he goes at Kronstadt. Kronstadt is as vulnerable as any other side on battleship, so gain AP on a good broadside can really do a lot of damage to it. Sadly, this guy knows how to angle. Now to Cleveland up there too. We also want to take him out. Because American battleships are very, very vulnerable to HE spam. This thing is not the Roma. So here comes the second part of our hide behind the island plan, or at least mine. Elvin can't follows me here in this point. Cleveland has high shell arcs, but they don't reach forever. So I'm trying to get up to this little island right here. And point my nose this way because then those battleships won't be able to actually get consistent pins through my nose. So maybe the Republic, and I'll also be shielded from HE spam from that Cleveland. And look at that Kronstadt's actually going to go back this way towards the east. Otherwise he could have had a wonderful crossfire and maybe even gotten citadels on me. Luckily he didn't. Now this is not a very ideal situation at all,
The ship is on fire.
but we'll make the best of it. Yep, 5 pins, not bad. Incap the turrets. You know, I don't want to beach myself, because if I beach myself, then bad things are going to happen, and they're going to be able to just flank us. I want to be able to move at least. I'm not going to advance past this island, but keep your options open if possible. So I immediately back up and turn in again. I think a crunch die is still going up. Yep, see, he's going right now. If he went left, he would have had a great crossfire, but he misplayed, luckily. Oh, and I guess the DD left because the St. Louis is taking A. I was wondering how we got so many points. Yep, so sadly I take a bunch of AP pen on that, so I'm not looking good. I'm only at 7k health. Elvin's luckily at 46, and we do have a Des Moines right there, but I can't let them get any more shots at me or they're going to kill me. Okay, Alabama misses, and he sadly does not manage to get hit by any of Elusive's torps, but Elusive at least gave me good broadside to shoot at. I wish he could have gotten more than 2 pins, but eh. Yep, he misses again. That's a problem with the Alabamas. It has lower dispersion than the North Carolina. And he can get some really trolly shots. I go back a bit because the Cleveland is advancing in this direction along with the Kronstadt, and I want to keep this island between us because, as before mentioned, the Cleveland has really high shell arcs. At least until I can get a couple of heals out. There we go. I go a bit more forward again, just to vary my angle a bit. There we go. See? Full Montana shots, and he can actually do more than 1 overpin damage. And that really does show the strength of armor angling. I look over there to see what the Republic's doing. He's pulling out. Elusive is probably going to try and scare him away. And regardless, he's not much of a threat right now anyway. There we go. We're also undetected now, so... Well, they can't see us. We can't see them either, but I'm not in a position to finish them off right now. I need to get some health back, and I still have 2 heals for which to do it. So right now, we have all 3 caps. All we have to do is stall for time and not die. If we kill things, great. But all we have to do is stall for time to win, and I want to win. Always remember your objectives. Don't get blindsided by trying to kill someone too much, so at least not so much that it blinds you from the actual objectives. Now I'm trying to get in a position to shoot this Kronstadt because I'm starting to get annoyed with his HE spam. Sadly, he's really far out, but he's the best target I have to shoot at right now. Sadly, I think he was watching my gun C slowing down. Yep, make sure I knew where that HE was coming from. It's from the St. Louis. We're good. Yep, so the Kronstadt's doing everything right. He's armor angling, he's changing speed at long range. Which is unfortunate for us. But at least he's not really in a position to do much. If you're in the corner of the map like that, you can't really project your presence, and all they can really do is survive, and, well, surviving isn't going to get them the win. Yep, see, there probably goes down from Mr. Elusive. And now we have the cap advantage and the numbers advantage. This is currently the cleanup phase of the fight. Kronstadt gets more pins on me. Luckily, I just got my 4th heal off, so I'm at a good 19k, which I'm perfectly fine with. I'm worried about the ones behind us, the Missouri and wherever that DD is. Luckily, they're extremely out of position. And see, that's what I meant by being blind to the objectives when you're chasing kills. They were so focused on killing that battleship over here that now they're severely out of position. And even though they're sandwiching us between these 2 areas right here, they can't really capitalize on it in any way just because of how out of position they are. Because remember, you're fighting over the caps, not to kill everyone. That's what standard battle's for. We take a little bit to aim, and I want to get that Cleveland's guns out of the game, so we go ahead and fire. But unfortunately, he keeps going forward. But the Des Moines kills him, which is good for us. The Montana's coming up, so Elvin and I are going up to take him on, because my heal's about to come back up. But we're actually about to win because, yep, one more tick, and then we get 1,000. And that's how you turtle.